The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 5th day of April, 2024. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medicals, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamel Hartman, and Teo Dill will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in the news break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. We made it, folks. We made it. It's Friday. It is the end of the traditional work week. Anybody happy about that? You all know me. I love seeing you so much. I love engaging with you so much that Friday is usually a sad day for me because I don't get to see you for 2 days. But how was everyone's week? Did you have a good week? Accomplish anything great? It was actually my first full week. I don't know if you remember, it was my first full week with Bermuda Communications Group after my semi-retirement. So I had a very productive week. It was very busy, but very productive. And wow, a lot of work, folks, a lot of work, but I am happy with how my first week of April and first week with BCG turned out. Tanya Cheeseman says, TGIF Jamal, I am ready for the weekend. She's ready for her rest days. But tell me, sometimes people, the weekend comes and they end up doing more work on a weekend than they had planned, right? It's not even rest days, you know? So hopefully you get to do whatever your heart desires this weekend, Tanya Cheeseman. Suzanne Ingham says, awesome Friday, Jamel and Teo. I'm so glad it's Friday. All right. I feel I that hurt my feelings a bit, Suzanne. Like, you're so glad it's Friday. But that means you're not going to see me for 2 days. You're not upset or hurt about that? You know, ease me up. All right, folks, greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today. It's Friday Fun Day, and I know you love Friday Fun Days, so make sure that you like, love, share. This is going to be a fun and engaging one, and there's a point to it. But Friday Fun Day brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. We're discussing some of the most unique items on Bermudian menus. Yeah, the daily players are things you should know. And yes, today we will be giving out this week's prize. So I just want to repeat this, folks. We did call someone's name last week. They have not emailed us. If your name is called on that Friday, it's better to be tuned in so that you can email us. You've got 24 hours to email us from showtime. All right. So don't just win on a Monday and not show up on a Friday, because we will not give someone a prize. All right. Don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right. So for this Friday Fun Day, let me ask the audience, when you travel to someplace, what are usually your top 3 reasons for choosing a destination? What are usually your top 3 reasons for choosing a destination to travel to? Like, give it to us. When you travel someplace, what are your top reasons for choosing that place? What are your top reasons for choosing that place? Let us know. When you travel, what are your top reasons for choosing the destination? What are your top reasons for choosing the destination? Let us know. When you travel, what are your top reasons for choosing the destination? What are your top reasons for choosing the destination when you travel? When you travel, what are your top reasons? Let us know, audience. What are your top reasons for choosing a destination when you travel? I'll be honest. This may sound strange to you all, but I don't want to be on long flights anymore. So one of my top reasons for choosing some places, it's easy to get to. That's one of my reasons. But what are your top reasons for choosing? I know my answers are lame, but don't judge me. What are your top, when you travel, what are your top reasons for choosing the destination? Suzanne Ingham says to see a friend. So friends, shopping. She likes to shop. And then she says relaxation. All right, cool. Teo Dill says restaurants, cultural scene, overall vibe, with temperatures being not too hot as a close fourth. Teresa Marie says entertainment in many forms. All right, sound like a Vegas, New York City kind of person. Shika Rana says, I choose destinations based on recommendations. If it looks like I can relax there and if there's a direct flight. That's where I'm at. I need a direct flight. Tanya Cheeseman says, relaxation, shopping, quick plane ride. All right. So again, my answer was number one answer is, easy to get to, right? That's like, I don't like long flights. Yeah. But I want to touch on something that Teo said. He started with restaurants. And today's conversation for this episode, segment of Fun Day Friday, brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes, is what are some of the most unique items on a Bermudian menu, right? And this is important because, believe it or not, the power of a menu can attract people to a destination. Think of your favorite cuisines. We've got Italian, then we've got people outside Italy that make their own version of Italian, right? Think of that. So what are some of the most unique, well, first off, before we even go there, you've traveled. What's the most unique food you've eaten that you can't find on a menu in Bermuda? What's the most unique food you've eaten that you can't find on a menu in Bermuda? What's the most unique food? The most unique food I've eaten that I cannot find on a menu in Bermuda was alligator. And no Florida jokes, because it wasn't in Florida. I did not eat it in Florida. This was many years ago when I was working with the Bermuda Tourism organization, and we were at a conference in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, and I thought it was chicken nuggets, right? They, chop them up and, put them in batter, fry them, and it looked like chicken nuggets. And someone said, no, those are gator bites. I'm like, that's not me. Now, if you know me, I don't eat beef or pork, right? So I'm like, I'm not an adventurous person when it comes to eating. So I don't really try a lot of different things. So the people I were with, just try it. It's good. It's like chicken. So I said, okay, let me play fair. Audience, after tasting that gator, I have been forever convinced that any piece of chicken not on a bone might not be chicken. I'm convinced after tasting alligator that anything, when they talk about chicken nugget or boneless wings, whatever that means, and all that stuff, I was forever convinced that if there's no bone, this might not be chicken. I accepted that at that point. But the most unique food I've eaten that I can't find in Bermuda is alligator. How about you, audience? What's the most unique food you've eaten that you can't find on a menu in Bermuda? What do you got? Tanya Cheeseman says flying fish. Flying fish. That's a Bayesian thing, right? If I'm not mistaken, audience. Is that a Bayesian thing? Yeah, I think flying fish is something you got in Barbados. Teodil says real Wagyu. It's like the meat flavored butter. Also horse burgers. So Where did you have a horse burger, Taylor? Like, where? And folks, no dissing people's cultures and so on, because there are things that Bermudians eat that people think are strange as well. But a horse burger. See, I don't eat. I'm not big on meats like that. I love seafood though. What audience? What is some of the Bermudians are well traveled? You're well traveled. What is something you've eaten or you've seen on a menu outside of Bermuda that you cannot find on a menu in Bermuda? But the question of the morning, what are some of the most unique items on a Bermudian menu? Like, what do you think's on a Bermudian menu that can attract people to Bermuda for food? Do we have that? The most unique thing I remember is, remember Marcus Samuelson's restaurant at Hamilton Princess? I remember that restaurant. He had fish chowder bites. Those were some of my favorites. That was unique. I've never seen fish chowder bites on a menu outside of Bermuda. Never. What are the most unique food? What's the most unique food you've eaten that you can't find on a menu in Bermuda? Again, I said alligator. Angeline Butler says camel meat. Camel meat. Interesting. What was that like? Was it tough? Like, I'm thinking like goat. Is that tough? What's camel meat like? Janice Otterbridge says ostrich burger and turtle. And where did you guys eat like camel and ostrich burger and turtle? Like, did you go like have to go Australia or something like that? Oh, I did. What did I had? I had a kangaroo. I had kangaroo last year. That's what I had. I said alligator. I actually had kangaroo, and I felt like that brother was boxing in my stomach for the next day or two. But no, you guys don't remember when the show I was talking about it? I tried kangaroo. I had like a business lunch, and they had like kangaroo. I was like, what does taste like? And I am not adventurous like that. Man, your boy wasn't too good. And I think it was all in my head, but I didn't, I weren't doing too good. Nope. Teo says cassava pie, Bermuda's greatest culinary invention. He said that's one of our most unique items on a Bermudian menu. Yeah. Rockfish ribs from Wahoo is a unique Bermudian item on a menu. Rockfish ribs. I don't think I've had rockfish ribs. I'm gonna have to try that. Thanks for that, Rick. Teresa and Marie says rabbit, but I've never eaten it and never would. So she's seen it on a menu. But okay, rabbit. I've been with someone who's eaten rabbit. I've seen a video recently of a guy from southern United States frying rabbit and just talking about how his rabbit's the best. So Janice Otterbridge tried ostrich burger and turtle at Atlanta Food Festival. Interesting. Angeline Butler says never ate goat, had camel meat in Egypt. Okay. These are some interesting things. No, let's think about it. We've got rockfish ribs. We've got cassava pie. I said the old fish chowder bites from Marcus Samuelson restaurant at Hamilton Princess. What are some of the most unique items on Bermudian menu that you believe can attract people to Bermuda? Like, what's something that you've gone out to eat in Bermuda, you've only seen it on our menus, that you're like, wow, this is something that we can hype up and get people to try and really build our culture on it. Like Tanya Cheeseman mentioned, flying fish is one of the most unique things she's had that you can't find on a Bermudian menu. I immediately said, oh, that's Barbados. What can we identify with Bermuda that you immediately say, you know, hey, I'm out there, I'm talking about Bermuda. Oh, that's not that triangle nonsense, right? But they say, oh, that's the place with the fish chowder bowls or the rockfish ribs or something like that. You get me? So what are some unique things? I mean, we all go out to eat. Is there nothing that's unique that we say, you know what? You can't find this on a menu elsewhere. Charles H. Jefferson II says, I had a bison burger in Madison, Wisconsin, but I've never seen it on a Bermuda menu. This was before Ted's Montana Grill started opening across the U.S., and they have that on their menu. Yeah, Ted Turner, former owner of CNN, TBS, TNT, Atlanta Braves, he was Mr. Atlanta. But yeah, he sold all that and bought his ranches up off in the Midwest United States and opened up a bunch of grills and started selling bison burgers. Yeah, big on that. Has anyone ever seen a bison burger in Bermuda? That's a good question, Charles. I mean, I wouldn't be looking for one. What are some of the most unique items on a Bermudian menu? Shikarina says swizzle. Well, I don't think you'll see swizzle, but you do have rum punch on menus outside of Bermuda. And some people may say, well, swizzle's just rum punch. It's not, but that's what some people will say. But what are some of the most unique items on a Bermudian menu? Come on, we've got something, folks. What's the most unique items? The most unique items, mind you, I've only said one. I just said fish chowder bites, right? And I don't even know if they have those because that restaurant, Marcus doesn't exist anymore. Emily Gill Dill says the Sunken Harbor restaurant at Cambridge has a very exotic menu. They serve rabbit along with variations of traditional Bermudian dishes. My husband's favorite is a puffed pastry with sharkash. Sharkash, interesting. Sharkash is not a Bermudian thing, right? Is it? Is that something you can find on a menu outside of Bermuda? Sharkash, the way we do it? That might be something. Charles H. Duffs II, he says our fish sandwiches are unique in how we serve them. I can guarantee you, you will not see a fish sandwich served on raisin bread outside of Bermuda. I'm pretty sure. That is probably like when you say that to people outside Bermuda, they're like, fish between bread with raisins in it? They think it's the strangest thing. Yeah, the same way you all turn your noses up to people who eat camel or, horse meat. Yeah, but they think it's strange. What are some of the most unique things? Now, again, the strangest thing I've eaten, I said alligator when I was in Texas. But I definitely changed that to kangaroo last year. I tried kangaroo. You know how you're out on a business meeting and you're trying to impress them and get the business. Oh, by the way, I didn't get the business. So I ate a kangaroo for nothing. Yeah, ate a kangaroo for nothing. Would I recommend it to someone else? Yeah, maybe if they got on my nerves or I didn't like them. I say, hey, go check that kangaroo up. I won't do that. Lisa Spencer says conch. Well, conch is a Bahamian thing, right? Audience, is conch a Bahamian thing? I've never been to the Bahamas. I've had conch. The only place I found conch when I'm in Bermuda, I've eaten it was at Lobster Pot. They had this conch stew that I really, really enjoyed. So that was one that I found in Bermuda. Where else do they sell conch in Bermuda? But I know conch is Bahamian. I had it in Turks and Caicos as well. So I guess that region, that area of the Atlantic, where Bahamas and Turks and Caicos are, they probably big on the conch. Hadley and Swan says chicken head, some of the most unique items on the Bermudian menu. Where can you find chicken head, Hadley and Swan? I've never had chicken head. Is it meaty? Anthony Pete says Amana's Cookies, the Bermuda Triangle 127, also new creations only at lots of food creators in Bermuda. I'm going to give it to him. Amani's Cookies are unique. You can find them on Bermuda Air, right? So yeah, I agree with you. Thank you for sharing that, Anthony Peets. They are unique. Taylor Dill says the sweet and savory trend is original Bermudian food culture. Yeah, you know what? It's interesting because, and I guess I should do a poll here. When I grew up, I loved spicy food and hot sauces, and I know so many Bermudians who don't like spicy food, and I think a lot of people think, well, it's an island. Of course, every island likes spicy food. But audience, yes or no? Do you like spicy food? Say yes, spicy, or no spicy. Are you fans of spicy food? Because Teo says sweet and savory. If I go in your house, please have some hot sauce. Well, if you invited me, that is. Sorry. Yaisha Townsend says sharkash is quite uniquely Bermudian. Thank you for that. Yeah. So sharkash is a Bermudian dish. You can find on some menus that you can't get elsewhere, like that. Fish cake, codfish cakes, Shawnette Bell. So what's they have them in the Caribbean though. What they call them? They don't call them fish cakes. They call them what do they call them, audience? Not fish cakes. I've had them. I had some a couple weeks ago. But they're real flat. They're not thick like ours with potato. What do they call them? Anyone in the audience? But I think the way we do our fish cakes can be unique, but you can definitely find them elsewhere. Charles H. Jefferson II, he says fish cakes and hot cross buns with raisins. He made that clear. Codfish and potatoes with our tomato or butter sauce, banana, avocado, boiled egg, and raisin bread. You know what? Bermudians got eaten up on this post some weeks ago. They were doing a lot of, islands and some countries in South America showing the different cuisines. And of course, a picture of Bermuda's codfish and potatoes showed up. And the criticism was actually legit. So it had the potatoes, the fish, and the red sauce on the tomato sauce on the fish, the banana, the avocado. Well, honestly, take no offense for what I'm about to say, but you know how you black folk are. Yeah, I say you black folk. You like saying white folks don't season the food, right? Honestly, the dish that they showed for that codfish was the most unseasoned meal ever. And I'm like, they couldn't represent us bad. They couldn't sprinkle a bit of pepper on it to not make it look like just white plain potato. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny. They were eating Bermudians up. They're like, oh, that's like the most non-flavorful dish on the list. And da-da-da. You know your boy, I don't take it personal no more. You know what I'm saying? I've got more important things to do. But a couple years ago, I'd have been like, they talking about my people and our dish, but it was just so funny. And honestly, we got to take it with a grain of salt, folks, because at the end of the day, we know how Bermudians butter their potatoes. We know how Bermudians spice up their codfish meals. We know what it tastes like when you mix the butter sauce or tomato sauce in. So there's no need to jump every time someone criticizes. That just comes with the territory of the internet these days. All right, I asked you, do you love spicy or not? Teresa Emery says she loves spicy. Shonette Bell says no spicy. Tanya Cheeseman loves spicy. Teo says yes, spicy. Also made my homemade hot sauce might push back your hairline even further. Jay. I don't know how much further it could go back before it's gone, Teo. But I didn't know all these years. I didn't know Teo liked hot sauce. I didn't know that. And he makes it and he's never given me any, which is even more shameful. But that's who he is, folks. That's just who he is. Angeline Butler says, not necessarily on a menu, but yeast popcorn. That is something unique. I've mentioned that to people outside of Bermuda and they're like, you put yeast on popcorn? They just think we're weird. They think we are a strange bunch when it comes to our eating habits. We've got no spicy, Angeline Butler. Yes to spicy, Jenny Ann Richardson. Yes, thank you for it. No, it's fritters, fish, the codfish fritters. Yeah, that's it. Lisa Spencer says no to spicy. Corned beef cakes. Yeah, are those Bermudian? I couldn't stand those being cooked in my house because I need it, right? And I always, liken it to fish cake, thinking it would be the same, and I got fooled, so I wasn't a fan. No spicy. See, Bermudians don't seem to like spicy as much as most people would expect of islands. Charles H. Jefferson II, I mix my codfish in the sauce in the pan. Okay. And we've got fish fritters are made with fish, flour, onions, etc. And then we have Henley one says, as of late, I now appreciate spicy. Give me your Jamaican card. Give me your Jamaican card. As of late, please tell me as of late, the last 40 years, Miss Hadeline. Yes, spicy. All right. Look, for all you folks who said no to spicy, that just means more hot sauce from Teo for me. But I'll say this much. I think we have so many things that and as it's like most places. Like I remember years ago hearing someone argue over whether curry is Jamaican or Indian. Well, I think the argument's it's silly because it is Indian, but Jamaican's curry has its own flavor, its own uniqueness, right? Cuisines are really about adding your own flavor to things. It's hard to make something so unique that doesn't already exist, but there are opportunities. We're going to continue the conversation. It is Friday Fun Day, brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. And folks, if you haven't already, make sure if you ship into Bermuda and you're looking for an easy and convenient way. Don't forget the membership. You can sign up using this Daily Hour link for mailboxes. You get 2 years of free membership on us. So the link is now on all platforms where you're tuned in. You can now sign up free of charge for the next 2 years and get your stuff shipped easily, very convenient. So thanks to our friends at Mailboxes for allowing that. We're going to take a break. Well, no, we're not going to take a break. We're going to bring Teo Dillon, and I want to hear more about this horse meat thing. How about you guys? Yeah, I want to hear more about the horse meat. Let's bring the Teo in, the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy, and hear about his horse meat experience. Like, I want to know, was it tough? Did it taste like goat? Yeah.
Morning, Jay. Morning, fam. So horse meat.
Yeah.
All right. So it's similar to your experience with the gator.
Okay.
When I was in my late teens, I was doing an exchange program in Switzerland, and part of that was hanging out with other young people from all around the world. And we were up in the Alps doing some avalanche relief, and they were cooking for us every day. You know, you go down, get your spaghetti. Next day, it'd be beef stew, and then next day that. So one day they just said burgers on the menu. Now, that on its face is not super concerning, right? Because most of the time when people say burgers, they mean beef, which was my assumption.
Okay.
But upon my first bite, which was good, it was delicious, but I knew it was not a cow that I was eating. And I'm eating this thing, asked for another one, had two, trying to place it. It's like, this ain't lamb, it's not goat. I mean, I just couldn't figure out what it was. So I went to the chef and the lunch lady, basically. Now, this was in Switzerland. So in this part of Switzerland, they spoke Swiss German, Schweizerdeutsch. So I was like, was ist das Fleisch? Like what is this meat? And she says, like, shrugs her shoulder and goes, Schofli. Now, I had been there for about 6 months, but I never heard that word before, Schofli. So I'm like, I don't understand, right? And she's getting frustrated with me, like, Schofli. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't understand. And then she grabs me, pulls me to a window, points out the window at like a group of horses standing in a circle. And says, like, Schofli. And then she went back. I have been eating horse all afternoon. But I tell you this, I didn't feel sick. And I was filled. And my mouth was pleased.
Well, I mean,
it's slept on. I'm telling you.
She could say, not I had to and try to play. You would have kept eating till you could play. I mean, like, was it tough? Like, what was the texture?
No. It was lean, so it wasn't real fatty, but it was honestly like a really good burger. You know how like the ones that are too dry, they crumbly and fall apart. Like it wasn't like that. It was really good, and I've never seen it anywhere since. Now I haven't been looking for it like that, but like if I saw a horse burger on the menu, and I recommend this to you too, eat that thing. You're gonna enjoy it.
So since you ate Seabiscuit and Mr. Ed, yeah, you did that. When you see horses now, do you lick your lips?
Well, here's the thing, and because I've had this conversation with my wife and my daughter. They think the reason that I enjoy that horse meat, because I bring it up like periodically, like, we got to go check Lindo and see if they got some horse meat in there. But they think the reason that I feel this way is because I don't like horses. I just don't. I don't trust them. Like, their eyes are too big, their feet are too heavy.
Yeah. I think that story is more incredible than my gator story. I think you took the cake or a horse. Audience, that's an incredible story. But in saying that, I think food is a way to really appreciate culture and get to know culture. I think, I saw it was a video available on Twitter some weeks ago, last month actually, and it just went through some of the most unique things in different cultures. And obviously people were so critical of what they eat in certain countries. And I'm like, you don't think it's weird what we eat to other people? Like, they think some of the things, again, we were heavily criticized for the way our codfish and potatoes look, like culture, it's it defines us, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we can embrace it, we can appreciate it, but we don't have to love it ourselves.
Mm-hmm. But there's no need to be disrespectful.
Right. Like codfish and potatoes, I think is nasty. Honestly, I don't like it, but I love it. But no, that's saying that.
No, I admire your bravery because I keep it a buck. I feel very similarly.
Yeah.
Like I understand the premise of the traditional codfish breakfast, but in practice, there's just so many better options.
Yeah. And I'm not a big breakfast person, but and then when someone makes it, I feel obligated to eat it. Now I just try to put as much pepper on my potatoes as possible, and but I love seafood. Codfish is not one of the fish I love, unless it's in a fish cake. I'll eat a fish cake.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Hey, what you got in the news today?
Well, I got some good stuff to start with. 4 new affordable housing units have come online at Battery Park, making it easier for Bermudian families to keep a roof over their heads. Premier David Burt was at the St. David's site yesterday to celebrate the accomplishment while underlining its importance to the community.
Out on the doorstep and in our community, you have told us that Bermudians need more affordable housing. You told us the struggles face trying to find places to live and the instability and unhappiness that it may create inside of your families. And this government has listened.
Now, Public Works Minister Lieutenant Colonel David Birch detailed what this development specifically brings to the local housing market.
Today's completion of Phase 1, which comprises 4 units, 3 studios and 1 2-bedroom unit, and an 82,000-gallon water tank, which we're standing on, at a cost of approximately $896,000, of which approximately $200,000 relates to the cost of the shared infrastructure of the entire project, i.e. phases 1 and 2. This phase adds valuable units to our housing stock and marks the successful conclusion of projects under the economic stimulus program.
So, adding affordable housing to the market is just a good thing because I know how difficult it is for people to find places. Obviously, this isn't enough to come close to satisfy the outstanding demand, but any progressive step is good.
But my question to you is, what is considered affordable housing?
What's interesting? There is a technical definition, right? Now, I'm embarrassed to say I don't know what the particular parameters are, but like there is, as far as the local officials and technical officers are concerned, a specific number range based on survey data and national earning trends and da. But the problem is the officials very often disagree with the regular people that's just walking around. You know what I mean? This might be the average and affordable in relation to what the standard average is, but if you don't have it, it don't feel affordable. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in other really good news, in fact, a global leader in dialysis products has signed a new $1 million distribution deal with local provider Atlantic Medical International. Now, this matters for the nearly 300 regular dialysis patients here in Bermuda. An AMI rep shared that this new agreement with Rockwell Medical provides the opportunity to serve and deliver more high-quality, life-sustaining products to the fragile dialysis population in Bermuda. And we all know somebody that's on dialysis, but not all of us understand what happens when people are getting dialysis. So I got a short explainer for you to help underline why improving access to this tech is so essential.
Pump pushes the blood through the dialysis tubing, which is partially permeable to ensure that large particles like blood cells and proteins cannot leave the tubing. The tubing is suspended in dialysis fluid or dialysate. Dialysis fluid is a special solution of pure water, electrolytes and salts. It contains no urea or waste products. No waste in the dialysis fluid means as the blood flows through the tubing, a concentrated gradient is created, allowing waste products to be removed from the blood and into the dialysis fluid by diffusion. Once the blood is thoroughly filtered and cleaned, it returns to the patient through their artery.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's something like it, and it's amazing to know that tech, right? And that was a summary of a summary of a summary, but something that is so essential, like when people get into kidney troubles or kidney failure, like they need this in order to survive. And it's just so completely normal. Like people do it every day, like for hours and hours. If this was like 60 years ago, people would just die. You know, like it's really exciting to know like how far medical technology has progressed.
For sure. No, that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, in other cultural news, an official United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, delegation returned to the town of St. George for the first time since originally designating the town as a World Heritage Site nearly 25 years ago. Now, the mission visit focused on the historic town and its related fortifications. This blend of 24 unique forts is what led to the original WHS designation in 2000, based on its outstanding universal value. Now, the mission meetings facilitated a comprehensive dialogue on the future direction of St. George's, addressing concerns and seeking input on development and preservation efforts. And the final report from the UNESCO mission will be published in around 2 months. So we'll be able to see it and get a sense of what their plan is for the way forward.
When Maya reported on it yesterday, I said then, and I'll say it again, that I think, Larry said it, is not just people in St. George's, but Bermuda really needs this to remain a UNESCO World Heritage Site for so many reasons,
It's a big, it's not a small thing. And it's even more of a not small thing in a small country like ours.
Yeah.
Like it's really a significant thing. And I wish to goodness that folks would sort of lean into the deep, rich, available history in Bermuda generally, but particularly in St. George's, man. Like that is a town that has existed before the United States for hundreds of years, before the United States was even a thing. And I don't feel like we respect that or participate in that history enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And I say it all the time. That's my favorite part of Bermuda, despite how they make me feel 2 days of the year every summer. But, yeah.
You never hold that back, can you?
Piss me off. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, in news related to the mother country, which is to say the United Kingdom, the conservative government over there, as I'm sure you're all aware, have been caught up in scandal after scandal after scandal, and they got a whole new one that just kicked off within the past 24 hours. And this one is interesting because it's kind of related to Winnie the Pooh. That is, it's a honeypot scandal. Now, honeypot trapping involves a bad actor making contact, in this case, via the gay dating app Grindr, with an individual. In this case, senior Tory MP William Ragg, who has desired information, that is contact details for other MPs, and they've been contacted to seduce or blackmail the individual into sharing that desired information. Now, MP Ragg was the first one caught in this honey trap, and after exchanging intimate pictures with the honey trapper, passed along the contact details from his colleagues because he was scared that the compromising photos that he sent in the first place could be used against him. Here's just a little bit more detail about this story as it develops.
A mysterious person who has managed to get lots of very senior MPs' phone numbers, approach them with sort of chatty lines saying, "Hey, it's been ages since we last caught up, how are you?" Pretending that they knew this person and that they once met in a parliamentary bar, probably over a few drinks, before going on then to send them some indecent images and then requesting some back. And obviously this has caused quite a lot of a stir. There's been suggestions that it might be the result of a sort of hostile foreign state trying to, gather compromat on MPs.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, the thing that, and this might just be me, but the thing that I find particularly striking is that an elected official, a member of parliament, can be convinced so easily to share pictures of their business with somebody that they're not really sure who they are. Like, if that's all it takes to get nudes from the conservative government, I just question the judgment altogether.
I mean, how easy is it to get contracts from them in that case?
Well done. That was very good.
That's you know what? I see why Larry has no faith in politics. He don't even like discussing them. Like I get it.
What I wanted to ask you after that story. Now, if this is a little bit too personal, feel free to ignore this and just move on. What would it take for somebody in that circumstance to convince you to send them a picture like that? Like how long would the dialogue have to go?
I've never done that, so I don't think I just don't think that there's some things you just don't do. I think that's just comes with maybe how I was raised to think and be. I don't know. What's the timeline for you?
Well, I mean, it's not something that I have like deep experience with. A little bit here and there, you know what I mean. I'm a married man now, so that this is years going by.
Yeah.
But I tell you this, it wouldn't be. Oh, hey, how you been? Oh, so I haven't seen you for a while. Anyway, get to see you. Did it? Like it wouldn't be that fast.
I'm just brother probably hadn't been busy in a while. He wanted to get busy. I mean, he thought that was his way to get busy fast. I don't know.
I think the opposite. I think they're doing it all the time. It's like it's unremarkable, right? Like they probably have a folder on their phone of like their top 20 most favorite pics of themselves that get sent out at every opportunity. Like that was just so casual.
But I think, I mean, for me, it's weird because I say it all the time when you're in politics, when you're in a position of influence or leadership, you need to do everything to protect yourself. You don't want to do anything that can harm whatever it is you're trying to do. So I think that's just so weird. You got any weather for us?
Yeah. The most significant detail for this weekend's weather is that it's going to be chilly, unseasonably so. A low pressure system moving from the eastern maritime Canada will keep conditions breezy with bursts of rain over the next 72 hours. But this is the big thing. Air temps are going to fall all the way down into the high 50s as it slides past our airspace over the weekend. So it's going to be chilly.
All right. Hope everybody's got that cuddle, buddy. Maya says, Jamal, quote, we don't have to be disrespectful. Also, Jamal, quote, codfish and potatoes is nasty. I don't think, you think she's seen 8 Mile before, Taylor?
I'm sure she hasn't. Actually, no. You know what? That's me slightly clowning Maya for being so much younger than us.
That's okay. But she does.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm asking if she's seen 8 Mile is the way that Eminem ended that movie and that rap battle. What he did, Maya, he took what his opponent could say about it and dissed himself. My point is, what I did was I Eminem'd it. No, you know how Bermudians are. You can't diss us, but we can diss ourselves.
Right.
That's what.
So you're so Bermudian,
that I can diss
that dissing codfish and potatoes.
Yeah.
It's like dissing yourself.
Yeah, it's yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't take it personal no more when people be like, I mean, look. Anyway, she said she has Taylor, so she's actually mad at you now. So you slighted her. All right.
I'll apologize on WhatsApp. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got a days of the year. Before we have walk to work day. It's walk to work day, right? Okay. Teo, have you walked to work lately?
Well, I mean, no.
Audience, has anybody walked to work? Like, do you walk to work? Audience, let us know if you walk to work. It's walk to work day. If you haven't, this is your opportunity to, well, you're already at work now, right? Well, I walk to work, Teo.
Well, how close? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I do walk to work when I work from home, and I walk around work.
There you go. Yeah. Just walk to work.
Well done.
Get your walk on. Make sure. Well, if you can, since it's walk to work day, just change it to walk home day. Now, I know some of you going, I work in town. I live up the country. People, there are people that walk that in big cities every day. There are. Yeah, there are. It's true.
Yeah. All right, man. Have a great weekend, y'all. Thanks a lot.
Theodore, folks, if you've appreciated the conversation news break this morning, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. We're going to take a quick break. Come back after this break, and we will continue the conversation, some unique dishes. Yeah, I don't do codfish and potatoes, bro.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Any place else.
It took 14 days to build your business plan. 6 months to build the courage to leave your day job. 3 weeks to find the perfect location. It took 10 days to outfit your space just right. And 1 day before your first client walked in the door. All totaled, it took you a full year to get your business operational. And this is just the beginning. To the entrepreneurs, the risk takers, the people that shape our economic community, we salute you and are here for you every step of the way. BEDC, providing knowledgeable, progressive, professional, and innovative support to Bermuda businesses.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. I'm Jamel Hartman. Thanks again for rocking with us, folks. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC group of companies, Medical House, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. We said it's walk to work day, right? And Tanya Cheeseman said she, from my car parking lot, 15 minutes, she walks. Suzanne Ingham said, I used to walk to work on occasions. I will walk home. My Palacio says, I would not recommend walking in Bermuda. Bermuda is not a walkable country. I used to walk from home to Noah's Ark, and it was rough on them corners. You will always be on the road, not safe. Here's an important thing of what she just said. You know, I didn't realize Bermuda didn't have many sidewalks until I began working in Bermuda tourism. And that was one of the things, like I would bring people to Bermuda for familiarization trips, right? So that's when you bring travel professionals that drive people to Bermuda and you show them all the good that Bermuda has to offer. And the number one things they would always say is, Bermuda has no sidewalks. And me growing up in Bermuda, you know, our parents were hard, you know, oh no, you ain't catching no bus school, you're walking. So I used to have to walk from Marsh Folly. Well, I'm not even gonna say Marsh Folly because you're gonna think it's close, like St. John's Marsh Folly. Walk from pretty much St. Monica's Marsh Folly all the way out to Berkeley Hill to go to Northlands, right? That's abuse these days, folks. That's abuse these days, right? Children are not walking like that. Long story short, and I think about it, there were no sidewalks on Montiel going up through there. Yeah, on Marsh Folly there were, but Bermuda really does not have, and again, this is not a criticism because truthfully, we just don't have the land. We don't have space to put sidewalks everywhere. Where are you going to put sidewalks up on Montiel? Where are you going to do it? Unless you make it one way, right? You can't do that at this point with residential area. But that's a good point Maya makes right there. It's something we don't consider because we're so used to just walking on the side of the road, not on sidewalks unless you're in a major area. But think about that. We don't. We're not a walkable country. It's also fascinating with jogging. Like when I go jogging in the morning, you have a bike path and you have the sidewalk. Now I'm on the sidewalk. Oh, it pisses me off when the bike riders come on the sidewalk. You have a whole bike path. But in fairness, they probably do it because although they have their lights, they're fearing that cars speeding through might come and catch them. But that's a good point, Maya. Anyone else like do any walking activities? Again, it is walk to work day. Is there anyone else? To me, I think one of the most beautiful ways to see Bermuda is actually walking on the railway trails. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about Bermuda. I know some people say seeing Bermuda from the water, like going on a boat ride, but if you've never been on the railway trails, on the eastern side of the island in particular, you're missing out. It's really, really cool seeing Bermuda that way. So take a walk. It's walk to work day. And for those who don't have somewhere to walk to, just take a walk or a stroll out. Suzanne Ingham says the sidewalks in town are too wide. Ugh. She doesn't seem happy about that, folks. She does not seem happy about that. That's something that we can consider, though. Getting more sidewalks where it's possible. Now, when I think sidewalks, they don't have to be on both sides of the roads either, right? They don't have to be on both sides. I think we're thinking, oh, sidewalks on each side. Like I'll use New York City. I mean, the sidewalks were like car lanes in New York in certain parts. We don't need those kind of things for Bermuda. All right, let's take a final break. We're going to come back. Someone's going to win something. Let me see who's on this week's list. We've got NTS, Stacey Ann, Sheikah, and Anika. So we're going to give 2 opportunities to 2 people today. 2 people opportunities. We're going to do the hashtag giveaway, and we'll do the daily play when we come back. This was another Fun Day Friday brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. So yeah, let's take this final break.
All right, here we go.
Considering the increasing challenges faced by financial institutions exasperated by market volatility, the need for insurance protection is a critical component of the risk management framework. At Friesenbrook, our priority is to safeguard your assets with the most optimal and cost-effective risk management cover. Therefore, we deliver a full suite of competitive insurance products to protect your business. Call us on 296-3600 to learn more about our broking services.
When it comes to footwear, we carry functional, comfortable, orthopedic, and waterproof shoes. We have construction shoes, golf shoes, shoes for walking, shoes for boating. We even have shoes for pickleball. We have shoes for everyone. With brands by Skechers, Atrax, Propay, Easy Street, Nursemates, Clogs, Avenger, Cherokee, Cat, Frog Talk, and DeWalt. The list goes on.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
All right, welcome back. Thanks again to all of you who've rocked with us today for this Friday Fun Day. If you haven't already, do us one quick favor. It costs you nothing. It's just a little finger action. Just use your finger, hit the like, love, share button. Let your friends and family know what we were talking about today. See if they can get out and experience some of the different cuisines on Bermudian menus, and do what they can. Share that on social media. Share that good stuff. So that it attracts people. There are people who literally travel just for the food. I think Bermuda has some unique dishes. I may not eat them all, but it's not about me and what I like. It's about what can really inspire people to want to come to Bermuda. Everything about what I try to say is about how it can help Bermuda and Bermudians. All right, it's time for the day. Well, first off, thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medicals, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we can do this with you on a daily basis. And again, as of Monday, I just want to shout out to Friesenbrook and Noah's Ark, who are our latest partners on the Daily Hour. We appreciate the support from the business community, them understanding the importance of the conversations that we have on a regular basis. Can't thank them enough. And because of you, the audience, they are behind us. So thank you for supporting us as much as you can, and we'll continue to do our best to reward you for your support. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, there's 5 editions of Bermuda Trivia in stores, and if you want more information, visit bermudatrivia.com. All right, it's things you should know today. Things you should know. All right. The question is from the game. Oh boy, I did not, folks, honestly, don't Don't judge me based on this question. All right, here's the question, audience. May I ask the authorities and the system not to judge anyone who gets this question correct? Audience, amnesia haze and white widow are strains of what plant? No one got that. Oh, wow. Someone did. The first answer that was showed up on my screen was Lisa Spencer. So the answer is marijuana / cannabis. So the question was amnesia haze and white widow are strains of what plant? The answer is marijuana cannabis. I don't know what those things are, folks. I'm not that educated. That's not my area of expertise. Anika says Mary Jane. That's another nickname for marijuana, hemp, weed, whatever you want to call it. That was an interesting question. Amnesia. So amnesia haze, that probably makes you forget everything, huh? Interesting names. Who comes up with this? Folks, we're going to do a hashtag giveaway. So Lisa Spencer, you're going to enter into today's draw. So let's add someone else. Hashtag the daily hour, folks. Hashtag the daily hour for your chance to win. We'll allow one more person to enter today's draw. Let me just get that up for you. One more person will be entering today's draw. I actually want to know the different strains of weed, cannabis, hemp, like, and what they do. So I wonder, you know what? Gonna contact People's Pharmacy and see if we can get some education, because I'm very curious. I'm being very serious. I've never heard of amnesia haze or white widow. I've heard like of Bubba Kush, right? I've heard of Bubba Kush. I've had Bubba Kush. No, well, not had it, but yes, I had. Well, anyway, you're getting in my business now. But I've heard of Bubba Kush. I've heard of like sativa versus what's the other one? Sativa versus indica, right? I know a bit about this and what they do, but the different strains like that, I have no idea. So please forgive my ignorance for not knowing about this stuff. All right, so we're going to do this big giveaway. Someone's going to get the opportunity to win it. Remember, folks, if you win, it is up to you to send an email, but we'll make it easy. Just go to the website, thedailyhour.com, and fill out the contact form. Just fill out the contact form, and someone will be in touch with you to collect your prize. All right, but you've got to contact us within 24 hours. That's how we're able to stay up with our partners and make sure that you are being rewarded properly. Lisa Spencer says Bermuda Buds is your go-to for further. What's Bermuda Buds? What's that? What is that? Incriminating myself? No, I don't smoke weed. I ain't never. Someone asked me, am I straight edge? So I'm like, what does straight edge mean? I don't know if the audience knows what straight edge means, but apparently it's someone who doesn't, do substances or whatever. But I'm not vegan. I'm not vegan. So it's someone who lives a clean life. I don't like how I feel after substances. I don't, the whole drinking thing. I didn't like waking up feeling like the night before. Yeah, so I'm good. I'm good. Suzanne says, we're not getting in your business. You volunteered that info. No, we ain't judging you. All right, let's do this giveaway because you'll yeah. All right, let's see who's going to be the big winner. Let's see who's it going to be. All right, let's do this. Drum roll. Where's the drum roll at? Who's it going to be joining the others? All right, Paulie Rich, you will be joining Lisa Spencer and the rest of them. So let me, you know how we do on the show, right? We do this live. So Lisa and Holly. And I just want to give another shout out to again, I'm disappointed at the result, but you know, it's PHC, and with what they've been through, I just couldn't be happier for them. But big shout out to PHC Zebras. I just want their fans to, you know, go easy. You ain't got to go show up at North Village Field and be taking pictures and stuff, you know. But congratulations to PHC on winning the title. Hopefully North Village this weekend can go and beat up on that team that upsets me 2 days of the year, St. George's, for the FA Cup at National Stadium. That's my hope. But big up to the Russell and Warren family. Well done. I think that's one of the greatest honors for the late Marco Warren. Putting in my red cup. You all are probably wondering why I don't have a Daily Hour mug, right? I don't know where they are, so I've got to find me a Daily Hour mug. Audience, do you have a Daily Hour mug? Do you guys have Daily Hour mugs with you? Let me know, because we've got to make sure you all have Daily Hour mugs with you. I'm ripping the papers so that I can shake this up and down and someone can actually win. All right, so let's do this. Throw it that way. Yeah, this is live, folks. This is what we do. All right, let's shake it up and down. All right, shake it up and down, shake it up and down, shake it up and down. All right, who's it gonna be? Let's see. Here's this week's winner. Let's check it out. Stacey Ann. Wow, she's got a magic touch on this show. Stacey Ann Brown, please send send an email or hit the contact on our website within the next 24 hours. Yeah, y'all still got your mugs. Yep, says Shonette Bell and Nika DeShields. Yes, and baby Rocco Dawn Levrock says I still have my mug, and Nana Pam says yes, it's illegal. We're working on you. We've got to get you your mug. Rosalind Famous says yes. So some interesting thing. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. I get in trouble after this all the time. But I think that they're going to be adding a space on the Daily Hour website where you can actually buy merch. So that should be coming. So anyone who doesn't have a mug or wants any additional stuff, you know, you'll be able to go on the website and get it. So that's probably coming soon. So I don't work on that stuff. There's people that do that, and I stay out of their way, or else they'll push me out of the way. But folks, it's time to go, but I just want to say, you know, I love doing Friday Fun Days, loosen up, have some fun. I think we got some cool stuff today, different cuisines. I'm not I just don't like trying new things. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to foods, I'm very selective. My favorite cuisine is Jamaican food. I do like Greek food now, but I want to. If it falls within the seafood, I'll try most seafood. I will try most seafood. It's easy and to identify. But when I say seafood, I don't mean fish. Like I don't like freshwater fish. But cuisine is what really brings the world together. It's a way of bringing people together. It's, you know, I believe there's something to appreciate about everything. If you don't eat meat, then just eat the rice that comes with it if you can. You know, I think Bermuda. We don't get enough credit for how creative we are with our dishes. I don't think we value our culinary culture. I think we have incredible things. Like Charles said, the way we do a fish sandwich, no one does it like it. I mean, McDonald's is still selling you a fish fillet. And don't act like I'm the only one that's tried one. But we do food differently. I think we do it in a way that others would appreciate if we actually sold it more, if we actually put it forth, if we actually showed them how we do things. Shark hash is another one. Cassava pie, that's another one. My hope is that another restaurant would do those fish chowder balls. That was unique. That was lovely. Even the way we do chowder, I love it. So we've got some unique things that we can be proud of. So let's keep it going. Here's your daily inspiration. I've got a quote for you. It's very short and to the point. If you're going through hell, keep going. and that's Winston Churchill. Please don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. If you haven't already, make sure you give us a like, a love, a follow, share the conversation with your friends and family. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great weekend. I am Izzo. Peace.